watched a bunch of videos on the GX100, you've probably come to some sort of a conclusion as to whether you think the tones that come out of this thing are pretty good or if they're just all bad. For me personally, I find that where you have full capability of tweaking your sound, I find it really easy to create a nice tone that I'm very, very, very happy with, but also I find it's very realistic. And one of the things that I find extremely useful with the GX100 is how this is obviously modeling technology, but how real it feels. It complements your dynamics perfectly. If you're gonna pick the guitar soft, you're gonna hear that. If you're gonna pick the guitar hard, a bit more aggressively, you're gonna hear that in the sound. So that's a very key feature, a very key thing I find with the GX100. So the second thing that I want to talk about, which is, for me, it's the main selling point of it really, is how easy it is to use. Before I got the GX100, about a year before, I really wanted to get a Kemper. And I watched a bunch of videos on Kempers and I didn't really get how to use them. I looked at a couple of videos on setting them up and all sorts of stuff, and I got so confused. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with amps, I'm just gonna stick with my pedal board. So that brings me on to, when I came across the GX100, I watched, I think, 1 or 2 videos on the GX100, and I felt really confident that I knew how to create and save a tone and assign different effects and all this sort of stuff. And to be honest, I kind of did. Like when I bought the unit, I took it out of the box, plugged it in, and I think within half an hour, I'd already created like 1 or 2 different presets and saved it and had all these different things assigned to the buttons on there. It just was so easy to use. But not only that, it was really quick to do. And for me, that's gotta be its main selling point. Because of the touchscreen, it makes it familiar to me. It reminds me of editing your home screen on your iPhone. You hold down an app and you move it into place. It's kind of exactly the same. When you're building your effects chain, you're holding down an effect and you're dragging it into the chain. And then you just click a couple of buttons and everything's saved and it's named and it's convenient, it's easy, it's very, very handy, and it's very, very good. Those are the 2 main things. The side note is the effects I find are really, really good. I watched a couple of videos, and in those videos they did say that the 500 series by Boss, they are not incorporated tones, like you're not getting the delays and you're getting 500 series reverbs in here. And that kind of was like, am I gonna like that? Because I think the 500 series delay, at least, is equivalent to like the Strymon Timeline. They're both big pedals, they're both relatively expensive, they're about the same sort of price. They're on the sort of par of each other, and I use the Timeline. I've used the Timeline for many years and I really like it. And that was one thing I was kind of like, am I gonna like the delay? I'm a very big delay guy. I love delay, I love reverb. Am I gonna like it? And to answer my own question a couple of weeks later, once I got it, yeah, it's great. The delays in it are fantastic. And again, you have full shaping capability on every effect that is in here, which is so good. So I can't end this video and not talk about a couple of the cons. The main thing that I really don't like is the volume pedal. So the volume pedal I'm used to using is I think it's the Ernie Ball VP Junior, and it's a heavyweight pedal. It's a fairly hefty pedal. It's heavy duty. It felt really nice under my foot. And that's kind of what I'm missing when I use this. You can't have everything. This unit is not massively expensive when you compare it to the GT1000 or a Kemper floor unit. It's a lot cheaper. So you can't have everything, but for me, that just is the one thing that kind of cheapens it. But having said that, the volume pedal on this unit still works great. It still works fine. It just doesn't feel very nice. All right, so that is my honest opinion on the GX100. Pretty clear to say, I'm a massive fan of it. I enjoy it. I enjoyed designing a new tone in a completely different way and having so much opportunity at my fingertips just straight away inside that unit. There's so many options and things that you can do. So I find it a really, really useful tool to have as a guitar player. So hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully it's helped you decide if you're actually gonna get a GX100 or if you're gonna go down another route and get a completely different thing. That's why I make these videos. If you wouldn't mind going down there and subscribing, also liking as well, that really helps boost out the channel. If you don't subscribe, please like. Cheers, catch you in the next one.